Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we got a very special guest, my man, Mitch Morse. He was drafted by the KC Chiefs. I hate them. He's the only person I like that ever played. Second only person, Rodney Hudson.
I'm going to say Rodney Hudson for sure.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He blocked for Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen, two of the best quarterbacks in the league. Obviously, Mitch Morse held it down for him. This is why they're so successful. Right, Mitch?
I plead the fifth on that one, buddy.
Hey, this man set the table.
Welcome, Mitch Morse.
Hey, guys, thanks. This is such a treat being on, guys. I thank you for having me. I'm so thrilled to see how this thing goes.
A delayed cheer for Mitch.
Yeah,
a delayed cheer for Mitch.
Oh, see, you got it all figured out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's good. Dude, Riverside, it's amazing.
Hey, Riverside, shout us out. Help us out. We're both new, two new podcasts coming out.
Yeah, man.
Monday mornings with Mitch.
Monday mornings with Mitch.
Yeah.
Love it. Talk a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, well, I found out, like I've alluded to it, that I did have an ego deep inside, and it just lit up. I was talking to you guys earlier about the fine folks at Good Morning Football let me on, and then I called my wife afterwards. She was like, how'd it go? And I was just like, I got a real problem because I enjoyed every bit of it. And it's just I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy chewing the fat, and it gives me an opportunity to, like, the scope of this is just it's conducive for doing that. You know what I mean? And we can chew the fat. We can have guys like John up there just letting their freak flag fly, like letting their stuff go. Like Jamil, the clear, concise guy to keep things on it. You have the whole hodgepodge of folks in there, and I love every bit of it. So it's been a really fun experience. It's been humbling, to say the least. I think that was the one thing was you thought it'd be intuitive getting on there and getting this thing going. It's not. It's definitely taking a learning curve, and it gives you a lot of appreciation for the folks that are doing it at a really high level.
I've never felt stupider in my life. I mean, the first episode that we tried to shoot, I was trying to move my laptop over. Mind you, I'm not on the laptop often. I'm surprised I found this thing. Yeah. But I literally moved it over and I pressed the power off button and my whole thing went off. Jamil cursed me out.
It was brutal. It was brutal. It was it did not have me with high hopes for the next couple of episodes, but he figured it out, man. So here we are.
You know what you got yourself signed up to when we came up with this.
I love you. I love you.
There's no doubt about that, John.
You know what comes with Feliciano, Mitch.
No.
You know what it is.
Well, that's what makes it so pure. I mean, when people ask me about John, I'm like, well, I don't have enough time in the day to explain it. But what you see is what you get, and I think that's what draws people to John, right? Like, it could put people off, sure, but it's what guys like who spent a lot of time with him. It's you're gonna get the realness from it, and that's a word that's thrown around a lot. But like, John is the definition of just
100%.
being himself, and there's nothing to it except that you find yourself drawn towards people like that. The more you're just kind of entrenched with a group of folks.
Absolutely.
Well, man, I appreciate the kind words, dude. I'm so excited that you're doing your own podcast because, like, you were never like a superly like loud, outspoken person, but with your people, like, you will freaking just the like your one-liners, like chew the fat. Like, you have this special thing about you that is just so great. I'm so happy that you're going to let everyone else see the real Mitch Morse. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Well, it's funny because when I filmed the first episode with Josh, he was under the impression that I was being held hostage, and that was why I was doing a podcast.
Like, blink twice if you're okay.
Yeah, he's like, I never thought, and I was trying to explain to the guy I was producing with, I was like, no, you grow as a player and as a person in this league. You guys can attest to this. Like, every year, and I've said this 1,000 times, in the NFL is a lifetime. Not only does it feel like that, but just personal growth, all that shit. And like who you are as even 7 or 8 is not the person you are in year 10. Even when you're going, like, definitely not who you are in year 1, right?
100%.
But I always was kind of. There's no secret that anxiousness is next to the definition of my name, right? Like, and it was a battle that I went through, and it's kind of my cross to bear. And as much as you don't want it to be, it is what it is, right? Like, that's part of the gig. But it is fun. It's going to give me an avenue to kind of let that, what we were talking about earlier, that freak flag, just to kind of go out and let it loose a bit.
Before we move on, bro, this is a class of 2015.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We're
no
all a
doubt.
part of the couple
Yeah.
old guys just podcasting it out, trying to relive the glory days. But it's
It's
class
a
of
very
2015.
cyclical thing. Just the old folks just talking about how football's different and it's not the same. And it's just,
100%.
and they'll be doing that in another 10 years with the folks who are playing right
Man.
now.
Dude, you were talking about the anxiousness. I never told you this, but it was because everyone is anxious. You know what I'm saying? Into the game,
Sure.
like for me, it was so nice because we would do our thing, like look at each other and be like, was it time for
Yeah.
this or that, or like
Yeah.
we'd be like, I'll go up to you like together,
Oh, it's the best.
and
It's
it's
the
like
best.
when those little times would help me with my own anxiousness. So I'm like, oh, I can be there for Mitch and
Yeah.
help Mitch,
Totally.
take my mind off of the shit that I had to deal with.
Yeah. I tell you what, some of the best conversations I had with Mitch were about 2 minutes before the kickoff.
Oh.
He would come up and just kind of
Tell
pour
me-
out everything.
Tell me I'm okay.
Tell me I'm
Like,
good.
yeah.
Tell me I'm fine. I'm like, yeah, you're fine. And
Yeah.
then he walks away and I'm like, ah, shit.
Yeah, that's not what you want to hear. It was some of this weird, and that's one of those things like the growth you have, right? Like, I
Yeah,
did that
man.
until well into year 8, and then something about year 9, I was just like, "Fuck, I've already done this long enough.
Yeah.
I'm not fine. I'll get my ass kicked. I'll go home. Like it's okay." But
Hey, the crazy
something
part
to
is
it,
though,
man.
you managed it well and were able to play at a high level though.
yeah, it was. Well, I pride myself around the people that I get to know, and I think when you're open about what's going on, and it's any facet of life, genuinely and generally people are going through similar circumstances and they're never off put by it. And so I found that the more authentic I was in that regards, that it just seemed to kind of work itself out.
God, I just love hearing him talk. I haven't heard you talk in like a minute, dude. It's just when you know a guy's voice,
Sure.
and I can just
Sure.
close my eyes and just be like, I'm back in fucking the playoff game versus the Ravens, getting bull rushed by Calais Campbell, and Mitch is just massaging me. He's like, it's all right, you're doing a great job,
It's all right.
Mitch is very comforting on the field. I will say that.
bro. It was
Try
so
to be, buddy.
it's so great to have like an opposite next to you, like because there would be times where
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I'll preface this for you, John. There's certain yin and yangs right on the field that, and polar opposites do attract, but sometimes they do clash in these kind of weird. Listen, there's nothing like I'm sure you've been around coaches and stuff or people after games come to you like that guy exploded on the sideline, and you don't even think about that. You're like, oh yeah, no, I guess he did. That's just part of how it goes in a game, and it's hard to explain unless you're in it. But John and I definitely came to a head more than once, but it was pure, and it was honestly well deserved on my end. Like me on the receiving end of it a few times was
For sure.
It was really fun. But John, go ahead, pal.
I was just gonna say, like being on the sideline, like, right off after a drive, you get down, you sit down, you don't score or whatever it is, and there's just times where I would lose my mind or just like fucking just black out and start cursing, and Mitch would just give me a little tap on my leg, just rub my leg a little bit, and I'm like, oh, it would bring me back to center, and I'd be like, all right, well, next drive, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, on the counter end of it, I'll bring it up, John. So we're playing. I think it's in 2021, right? John had already torn his pec. He was coming back. I think that was the year you tore your pec. You tore your pec, right, John? Right after. So it was like a game or two, right? And I'm sure you've talked about Dayball at nauseum, but interesting guy to play for and be around at times, right? But just his mixing and matching his philosophy around that was a little bit confusing at times. But so John was playing guard and we were pulling it. It was the first year that they tried to save player safety by not letting us cut at the second level, but all it did was create collisions at that second level, right?
Yeah.
So I'm following on a pin and pull scheme. John, I can tell something goes on with John. He's still running. He's still hauling ass. I'm like, all right, sick. He cuts, immediately throw the flag, and I go into this weird, like, kind of like tick. I'm like, John, you can't cut. You can't cut, John. You can't cut. And he's like, I fucking know, man.
Oh,
shut
that's John.
The fuck up. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Sure.
And I was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, it's good, dude. Like, I just pull my calf.
He's angry, man. He's angry. I don't know what it is, dog.
No, well, you do. Like certain guys, you can allude to this. Certain guys have to get in that certain mindset.
100%.
And that's the fun thing about being on the offensive line is like you have 5 different dudes who have to be in 5 different headspaces to do their job.
Yeah.
And it's debauchery.
Yeah.
it to the core, but it's what makes it so much fun.
Mind you, I sprained my calf.
I mean,
popped
not
the
a little
calf.
bit. Like, you really gave your calf the business on
We
that.
talked
my
about
God.
it. It was a
Yeah.
cankle. It was a cankle, not the calf. Let's get it right. It's the cankle.
Well, his weird ankle flexion. You think with like the way he's like, he's weirdly pliable, John. It freaks me out. And so to see that go down was just a kind of a crazy deal, but fun.
Dude, it was 15 racks I'll never get back because I got hurt. It's crazy.
Let's talk
John?
about these early years, man. So
Yeah.
Kansas City, drafted 2. What's it like playing for Andy Reid?
Oh man. Well, I think at first, as you can, like, knowing my anxious levels, it was very intimidating. But it was freeing in the fact that, like, you're going to get your reps, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I want to hear about the long 2-minute drive or whatever that is.
the long drive drill.
Yeah,
I actually interviewed for our second interview is going to be Creed Humphreys that we talked to, the center for the
breaking
Chiefs.
Swinging.
Breaking news.
By the way,
Breaking
he went
news.
straight to the head ball. He went to straight to JA. And
Hey, breaking news. You heard it here first.
Yeah, we did hear it here first, but we were talking about it, and it's something he's had since his Philly years. Like so I'll start with just being Kansas City is great.
Yeah.
But there is something when you walk into that building, there's just this unspoken standard, and I kind of talk about it with Creed, but it's just it's intensity too, but it never like rah. It's just like from the top, like, you're supposed to do your job. It's a weird thing where you can mesh. Like, his biggest thing is letting your personality show, but also in the confines of as long as it's helping the team, right? So
For sure.
I mean, that's why you have guys like Travis who can do their thing and kind of have that exuberant personality, but also be super effective and on his P's and Q's. But it was great. It was a nurturing environment. I mean, I think I gave my O-line coach conniption fits because I played tackle in college in a system. We were in the SEC, but barely, right? We had just gotten from the Big 12, so we had no less than like 6 people on the line. Like, we had 6 people on the line of scrimmage with attached tight end. That was a lot for us. And then so we'd see less than 6 people in the box, and then you're in your first 9-on-7 goal line, and I'm seeing folks I don't even know who they are, right? Like, there's 9 people in the box. I don't even know how to describe it to what I'm seeing to my coach.
It is a learning curve.
It's a learning curve.
Those low red goal line looks, like everyone looks like they're on the line of scrimmage. Like, what?
Hey, you just take a quick breath and point to somebody and roll.
Yeah, I mean, and I did a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I also had Alex Smith, who was, I mean, one of the greatest competitors. It was year 12, super smart, just a really treasure trove of knowledge and also understanding. But so it was good. And then they worked me in, and I was able to play a lot. I dealt with injuries and stuff, but I think that's just also kind of as being a professional, understanding how to take care of yourself. And you have to kind of go through those. You don't I know I have a few words like intuitively, but you don't intuitively know how to take care of yourself unless you go through stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Which is the cruel bitch of this game, to be honest. But
did you know how to snap the ball before you got there?
Yeah, I had played probably 8 or 9 games my college career at center, but they ended up dishing me a tackle because I couldn't snap it. So I'm like, why do you think?
I got baptized into snapping.
It's when you're first learning it, it's all you can think about, and then you have to be like, all right, I got to snap, and then comes to a point like that you don't even think about it. But it takes a while to get there. And then to answer your question about long drive drills, so what we would do is, especially in training camp, you'd either end with a 2-minute drill, which you prayed you had, ones versus ones, or it was long drive drill, where it was ones versus ones for 18 straight plays, twos versus twos for 12, and threes versus threes for 8. And I'm sure Rodney talked about it with you guys. It is, yeah, no one enjoys it because, I mean, you end up leaning. It's pretty much just like by play 9.
Yeah,
you're praying. It's the only time you're praying for pass protection plays.
Oh, man.
Especially saying, please, goodness, because then the defense is also leaning on each other because they don't really do substitutions either. But more than anything, it's just applying, like, how can you get into that frame of mind that when you're that tired, can you still, it's not even a physical thing because you're looking at the rep 14 through 18. It's terrible, but it's can you execute and can you at least somewhat process when your body's at that point where you feel like you're going to throw up out of your ass? Right?
Hey, and
Like,
no one's exempt, right? I think I saw a clip where Chris Jones was still participating in it, so everyone is still in the drill.
Well, Coach Reed is not into. There's no real vet days, and I mean, we signed a guy named Ben Grubbs my rookie year.
I remember Ben.
Ben Grubbs, unbelievable player. He was the old guy in our room. And when he signed, Coach told him, like, I just want you to know that sometimes vets don't do very well with me and from free agency just because of the reps and time. And like, we don't really, I mean, of course, if you have something going on, we're not going to put you in there, but vet days are, this was of course 10 years ago. So it could have changed completely. And it's not like a mouse thing. This is just kind of what he does. And, but yeah, it's a cruel thing, but there is some play to it. It's also that callousing part of, as much as training camp stinks, you got to callous your body for those. But yeah, we were cooked, dude. It was something else. It was fierce. There's Rodney would know it, especially back then. Oh my goodness, it was terrible.
Dude, is there anything better than your D tackle or nose or whatever dropping when you're like dead ass dog tired and he like has a drop into coverage and you're just like,
man, thank God.
Plus.
Well, I was thinking, we were talking, so like Brandon Sheriff was with me, speaking of 2025.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the pinnacle of our class, right?
2015,
2015, sorry.
2015,
right? So that was really cool to play with him, and I've gotten to know him over the years. And you played with him in Washington, right? Like, just a special football player.
Solid dude, man.
And a really good dude. But we would always drive to game days here in Jacksonville, and if it was overcast, we'd be pissed because we're like, we need these D linemen as tired as we possibly, like, make it 110 degrees, please.
Yeah.
Because there's something to, like, the freshness of those guys plays such a role. Maybe not even physically, but like mentally. If you're like a guy who's fresh, like, oh dang it, this is gonna suck.
It's brutal for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, Kansas City was great. I had no complaints. It was a blast.
So during free agency after KC, was there? Who were the teams involved before you decided to go to Buffalo?
Well, it was interesting. I mean, it was really a unique experience and one that I don't take for granted, right? Like having those really intense, especially this first day, like having that interest first day was really cool. I think the Jets were a part of that for a bit.
Can't relate. Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Wasn't he the highest paid center at one point?
And you pray, and that was cool for about 5 minutes. And you pray to God someone gets paid higher than you. And Rodney did the next day, which was awesome, which was super great. But and then I think Denver. Yeah. Oh, Rodney's the best, man. I've only known him passing, but he's just great. And then Denver for a little bit, but then Buffalo. I mean, it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
When they offered what they did, which was remarkable, I was just like, yeah, okay, no, we'll just let's do this.
Where do I sign?
Where do I sign? It was awesome.
We were talking to Bobby earlier, and we were talking about like our class that went in there. Like we had all 2015. It was me, you, Spencer Long, Q Spain.
Yeah.
All 2015, man.
Class. It was kind of crazy.
Last of the Mohicans out there, just
grizzly, old, sad,
just thugging it out, angry,
beaten out, angry, just kind of bummed out in general. It was a really good offensive line class. Of course, I'm very biased, but I mean, the guys who played for a very long time. It was cool.
We still got guys out there.
Did we?
Shaq Mason.
Shaq, great skill set. When I spent time with him in New England, and I got to watch Dante Scarnecchia kind of build him up from Scarnecchia was that. He will make you figure out if you love football or not.
Yeah.
But I got to watch that guy kind of build Shaq up into the player that he was, and seeing that process was just like. You really appreciate how good of a coach he was. Obviously, he was mean, but like great coach from a standpoint of how he built players up.
Unbelievable, and even his intensity or meanness was.
Yeah,
it's what you needed to survive in that space, right? With New England,
100%.
I've only heard stories, but I mean, you have a guy like I want to talk to really is a guy like David Andrews, who was there for 10 years, right?
Oh man.
2015. He had a great career, and he's doing a great thing with his podcast too. I just saw he did an arena, Yeah, him and Brian Hoyer
have one.
and I saw them do like a whole arena.
Yeah,
it seemed like that was crazy.
yeah,
good
super
for,
cool.
Yeah, he's doing great.
So when you signed with Buffalo, did you know much about like the team, organization, or city, or was it just like they're paying me all this bread, I'm gonna go there and rock out?
Yeah, well, Josh, we all knew that he was kind of coming in. He had that really kind of splash year one where he was thrown in, because he wasn't slated to be the starter his first year. Ended up playing a lot. You saw those plays. I think we all envisioned that play against Minneapolis where he jumped over that linebacker, and then I think we all had those preconceived notions of Buffalo before he showed up, and those were all kind of blown out of the water once you got there. And that's just kind of, I think you talk to everyone, right? And especially now, it's a completely different experience.
Oh, it's great.
It was great then too. It was just kind of we were all at the forefront of just that cusp of Sean kind of coming into his own as a coach, and of course Josh and his maturation
would you say that experience was between Buffalo and KC, because KC's got a great atmosphere on game days and a fan base as well? Which one would you choose between the two?
It's a hard one.
You're
trying to divide some fans on it.
Yeah, no, you really are. Well, so I'm going to answer that question in a very politically safe way. So I think there is something very special, even as an opposing player at Arrowhead. John played a lot there too with the Raiders. I always enjoyed going back to play there, even when I was with Buffalo, because I thought it was just a really cool environment. Those fans are remarkable. If you ever get a chance to go to a tailgate at Arrowhead, it is a unique experience because there's one giant parking lot that they share with Kaufman, and you can smell it before you get there. The barbecue it's crazy, and then
it's ridiculous.
On the flip side, we drove into Buffalo last year as an opposing player, and that was a whole different experience too. Just those fans really let their freak flag fly. And then that atmosphere, that was a Monday night game on that opposing sidelines. When you're playing there as a player, you don't really appreciate as much as sometimes when you go as an opposing player. I think they both. I was very fortunate for those two places to be kind of where I spent most of my time. And
for sure.
Jacksonville was great in its own right, but you can definitely tell a difference. I think Jacksonville's got an opportunity to let this thing loose. The folks here love their team, and they're a special breed of folks too. But it's hard to, I can't, it's a long-winded way of saying I don't know if I can totally fairly say, because they're both very good places to play.
That's a good political answer right there, Mitch.
You're going to get a lot.
You've done some training now. I see it. I love it.
Like good morning football talk.
Yeah, that's great. Well, the Chiefs are actually flying me out to Brazil next week to be an ambassador for the team. So it's very cool. I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers in Buffalo, but the Chiefs have always been very good to me, and it'll be a really. I would have never gone to Brazil. Ever besides that. So I know it's great. Oh yeah, that's true.
You'll be with the NFL security. You're fine.
But yeah, they do. There's a lot of emails sent our way about mind your P's and Q's if you're going to do stuff. Like, let's just really stay in bounds. But it'll be cool. It's a really unique experience.
When you went to Buffalo when you went to Buffalo to play them when you're on Jacksonville, did you find yourself singing all the fucking the little things they play, like the Bills make you want to shout?
No, because I don't know. It was one of those things that you do kind of get, and I was enveloped in. No, it was pissing me off a little bit, especially when we're getting our ass. Well, it wasn't like we were getting our asses handed to us, dude. There was nothing fun about that day. It was like 41-10.
I was on IR for the rest of the season by that time when we played them. I think it was Sunday night. It was Sunday night.
Snowy game, right?
Yeah, the snowy game. So I went out there and I flew up there and just spent a couple of days just like around my old spots. And we were on the sideline. We got our ass kicked too.
Misery loves company, buddy.
There was just times I was on IR, so I'm just by the heater the whole game, enjoying the game and trying to help our guys. But at some point you're just like, that shit's over. Just hurry up and get this game over. Yeah. But I'm over there singing Bright Side and fucking trying not to join in with all the bullshit that they be doing.
I love it. I think it's great. Just when you Like we were just getting killed. We were getting killed, and it was, yeah, it was a tough.
Let me
day
ask you
for
this,
sure.
Mitch. Because I'm curious what your thoughts on Jacksonville are as far as like why it hasn't clicked yet.
That's a great question. Well, I would say last year it was a great experience because it was the first year I hadn't made the playoffs in my NFL career, and we were out of it pretty early. But the guys in that locker room, like, it wasn't from a lack of work.
Yeah.
We were working our ass off, and guys really cared and stuff, and we all had a part to play in that.
Yeah.
But they really changed. They cleared up shop from top to bottom. They have a new team president, a new GM, and I think they're really and they kind of gave me an opportunity to retire. They're like, "Hey, do you want to retire?" Because it's like it's either that or we're going to do this for you. They didn't say that by any means, but this is just
But you
my
felt
intuition. I mean, it's just my intuition.
Yeah.
But they I mean, I had money that was still like if I had retired, they could have asked for money back, and they were very kind in that regards. Really unbelievable. But I don't know. I wish I had something because they have the resources. They have an owner that really cares about putting a product out there, and I think he's kind of coming to his own. He's not, he hasn't owned the team that long, and as regards to owners, so I think he's really trying to do it right. But I couldn't tell you. The guys were. It was a great team to be around. I enjoyed my time.
Speaking about retiring, you know what really made me feel a type of way?
But this chapter's ass now because I even heard about it. So if you haven't heard about it, he was really pissed about this.
So I sent it to you, Millie. I think you're the first person I sent.
Yeah, you were.
Shit. So
I told him he was washed, by the way. But go ahead, tell the story.
So I think I retired about like a week or maybe a few days before you did.
Okay.
You fucking took the shine from him quick.
So I got a whole bunch of love when I retired.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Felt great. But you know what I did not get?
What's that?
You know what you got?
No.
A fucking tweet from the Bills fucking, there it is.
Oh.
I mean, what if you this morning on a great career? Wishing you the best in the next chapter.
That was so nice of them, wasn't it?
That was nice. I thought it was nice.
I loved it. I hearted it, retweeted it.
But you didn't mean it, did you?
He secretly was pissed. You know what pissed him off even more, Mitch? I think a week later, Tommy Doyle ended up retiring as well, and Tommy Doyle got a repost from the Bills, and it sent him over the top, bro. I think I got a phone call about it, actually.
Yeah, well,
Tommy Doyle. Tommy's my guy. Mitch is my guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad.
It doesn't make it hurt any less. I totally understand.
Jealous. I wasn't mad.
No, I get it.
Jealous.
They stuck a fork in him and they twisted the fork.
I was even shocked by it. I was like, well, it's incredibly nice. I had no idea that they were going to do that, but I'm sorry that made you feel that way, John.
No, you
shallow bastard, dude.
Like, he's only friends with you if it's going his way.
Yeah, damn, John. There he is. There's my buddy. There he is. There, that's the John we know.
He was fucking pissed.
We love him.
I'm not going to even lie. He was pissed.
Don't let Millie's trying to do it up. I wasn't pissed. I was like, I was more sad than anything. I was like, wow, I must have done.
No. I get it. I get it.
No, you're. Listen, what it really was. This is what my PR lady told me because I guess I was upset
because he went that extent to talk to his PR lady about it.
Sure.
I guess
It's a smart move to have PR lady though, especially for you, John. That's very smart.
Oh my goodness.
She said, yes. You're a bit of a liability. I was like, that makes sense.
Those are the type of people you want in your corner, John. Those are the type of people you absolutely want in your corner.
His corner. Yeah. Absolutely.
His corner
John needs a PR person. Like, John without a PR person, I'm scared.
Yeah, I had no idea you were doing this and still had a PR person. I can't imagine what you'd be doing if you didn't. That'd be insane. Fucking nuts, dude. Crazy.
That was a funny time. I'm dressing it up a little bit, but he felt a little slighted. He thought he should have got the post as well, which I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Totally get it. I totally get it.
John.
We're here for you, John.
John, it's us. It's us, bruh.
Us and whoever the hell is going to watch.
Whoever's going to watch this. if we talking about when you leave Buffalo, right? Was there this because I feel like I know you well enough that I don't think you wanted to leave Buffalo. Is that fair to say?
No, I didn't. That's very fair to say. Well, we finished the 2023 season, and then John and Jamil, you can attest to this. Like you go kind of standard practices, you do the exit interviews, and then you might that afternoon or maybe a day later you go talk to the GM, just kind of get a State of the Union, all that stuff. And so I was talking to Bean, and he was starting to really talk in the past tense. And and then
like, hold on, where are you going?
So I was like, okay, and no, but I'll tell you something about Brandon Bean that I really appreciate, and I don't think you see that everywhere, is just the candidness that he had. Was like, we're a very cap. We're in a really tight cap situation. It's just going to be really hard to keep you, or maybe not you, but like other vets. So we're going to have to make some really tough decisions. And then he said, some really nice things about everything we'd done, and thanks to the family. And that was really actually nice, because I kind of go home and my wife wasn't expecting it, but I'd be like, hey, I really think we should pack our stuff up.
Yeah.
And just put some stuff in the pod just in case. We can unpack it here if we want, but it sounds like we're leaving.
Yeah.
And so when the call did come, well, and then they traded Bates. So I was like, oh, okay, then maybe there's a chance that I stick around. And we were super happy for Bates, because then he had that opportunity to really kind of do that.
Everyone was super happy for Bates.
Yeah, we know John, and we know.
He's a great guy.
I was very happy for Ryan Bates, and but that kind of gets me into like, okay, maybe there's a place for me here, and they actually did kind of try to work some stuff out, and then you get the phone call, and it was still devastating, of course, but it did help a little bit. But yeah, I think if they had come in and asked for a pay cut, I probably would have more than entertained the option. But also, I don't want to. It was at a point where if they thought I was declining in play, I didn't want to know. I didn't want them to tell me that.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, I'm not going to pry anymore. It's fine. I understand. And we left with good. I've only admiration for Bean and everything they're doing there. I'm a huge.
They handle their business. They handle their business respectfully in Buffalo. I'll say that for sure.
Without a doubt, and that helps. And those candid conversations are tough now, man. And that's a gift to have, to sit there and look someone in the eye and have those. But I've always felt that if you can do that, whether it's minutes, hours, days, weeks later, you can kind of wrap your head around and be like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And it helps you with that emotional part of the business, which is inherently there.
100%.
Hey, Mitch, true or false, this picture that we're about to pull up is the hardest hit that you ever took in an NFL game?
I'll tell you what, it was the one that caught me off guard the most.
Mitch, that doesn't even look like you.
No, well, first of all, some people look like cool in their face masks, and some people have face mask face, and I'm already a guy that looks a little bit interesting with a face mask. That's a bananas close up. It was one of those ones. It was one of those ones that you are in mid play and you hear just like, I'm sorry. And continues to go on. It happens. I've done it 1,000 times, but the funny thing was the picture afterwards was beautiful.
For y'all wondering.
Yeah. It was.
I went the wrong way. It was supposed to be 336 naked left.
Sometimes,
sometimes you hear those numbers even in numbers, a little confusing. Numbers be numbering.
Numbers be numbering, especially when you've taken the knocks of the noggin we have.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, there's been some times where even now some numbers will confuse me. So it's all a part of it. But hey, here we are.
We worked through it. It was great.
100%.
It was awesome.
So how was, Brandon Linder played for Jacksonville for a long time. He was the center there. That's my guy. And I would go
He's
over there.
loved here, by the way. Brandon Linder's the man. Like
Are you in Jacksonville permanently?
Yeah, we caught the itch. Love it. The Florida itch. Something about it, dude. Like taking your kid to school in a golf cart and just kind of we're close to the water. It's really fun.
I love that for you, dude. Look at you. You gonna get a tan?
I think that's too far gone. Well, because when they do the 23andMe thing and you spit in the cup and they give it back to you, it just came back as like, please apply sunscreen because you're from the whitest places of all time. So I burn easily. Right, yeah, you're from the land of the pasties. So I do have a little bit more like a little roast to the pigmentation, but it's not tan by any
It's okay.
stretch of the
It's okay.
imagination.
Dude,
It's all right.
in like 30 years, in like 15, 20 years,
I'll have melanoma, that's for sure.
no,
Like, yeah, I'll
Mitch,
have...
Mitch is gonna be that white guy that just looks Cuban now because he's so tan. His skin's gonna adapt. He's
Hey,
gonna be bald headed with that beard and with a cigar in his mouth, with
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this.
a
So you know
couple
that's
buttons undone, with that
always
chest
a
hair
couple
out.
buttons.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the
yeah.
chest
well,
hair, the taco meat is always
taco
out on
meat's
Mitch.
always out, dude. You got to let it out just a little bit.
Taco Tuesday.
But you know that Southern Comfort commercial where there's that big old dude and that tiny little thing, and he's just kind of walking down the beach, and people are gawking at him, and it's just like
Yeah.
let your colors fly. I've always thought that'd be kind of a cool thing, but then you got to kind of show more skin than I like to show. I like to wear my shorts and pants up, as you well know, like up to my belly button. Anyways,
Oh, I love it. The power tuck.
power tuck is always in effect. It's tough. I don't know. I think it's just because I hate the feel of the hang, like the fat hangover.
Hey,
Sucks,
man.
dude.
Hey, that thing.
But
starts to
you asked a
shrink.
question, and I feel like we went completely off.
Yeah, we
topic. What
did.
was
You
that
were talking
question?
about Brandon Linder.
Yeah, Brandon Linder. Talk to me.
Oh, I forgot. I was say he loves it out there. He was trying
Well,
to get me.
so I'll tell you a little about Brandon Linder. They love him here in Jacksonville. I have not met him yet, but because I think he's in Miami because his wife
Yeah,
is
she's a doctor.
is a doctor, and so I think she's coming up here, and they're building a nice spread here. But a guy who I'm really close with is a guy named Tyler Shatley, who played with him the same
Yep.
class all those years. Great guy. And Brandon, it was the first guy when you watch film as another player, and even John, you alluded to this when we were still together, and I'd be like, hey, this Linder guy's really good. But he did the first guy who I just like the double under, right? Like, or even what it was the under and then the hand
Dude.
in that right here. And they would just
Yes,
kind of, and then what you would tell me was he would talk about is just like, why wouldn't he go in it? Because he's pushing down, but when you have it right here, it doesn't look like you're actually holding him, but you have that pressure. It really is one of those things. So you tried to take that, but Linder was one of those guys that I think had a grossly underrated career in the NFL.
Yeah.
100%.
The injuries really fucked with him. He had a real bad like back and then ankle. But yeah, he would tell me like he would grab him up here and then like you said on the bottom, but up here he would like just jerk them around just to try to keep their center of gravity off hit. Oh my god.
You do that, huh?
Hey,
That they do
I
love him
wish-
here. They love him here for a reason.
hey, man.
Well, they would also talk about it, just like the state of mind he'd have to get in, right? Like on game days, he'd get in there and he
He's
would
a
just be
psycho.
like, yeah, he would have to get into a whole different frame of mind where he's just like, even talking to people on with the staff, he's like, before he'd say, listen, don't take anything I say to you guys on game day any type of way. This is just kind of the mindset I have to walk into, that, which I thought was pretty cool and also something I could not relate to in any state of imagination. But it makes sense. I mean, John, there's something down in the water in South Florida that just must be fucking crazy, dude.
Not just the water. South.
Yeah. That's right.
Me
That's
and him bonded so much because we were both like in the mornings, you know me. I'm fucking.
You're not a morning person, John.
I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm fucking angry.
Don't talk to John before 10:30 in the morning.
Oh man, the hair is hanging over the eyes. The flip flops, you could hear the flip flops all the way down the hallway.
It was a grumpy walk.
Yes.
Like it just sounded grumpy.
The backpack
Dang.
is not even tightened on the back. It's
and
just
it's, and
hanging
it's,
down.
and it's open. Like books are almost falling out.
No, the books are falling out. Okay. Nah. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about, because I don't feel like people get to hear from centers all the time. You're obviously done, right? John, maybe not. John
All
still
right,
wants
John.
to play, but
It's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I hate the way I went out last year with not doing shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I got to get him in a contract, because if he fucking bails on me mid-season, like,
Yeah, that'd be tough.
I'm gonna be pissed. But from a center standpoint, right? We don't get to hear this too much, but like, what would you say are the pros to being the guy? You know what I'm saying? As a center, like, I think everyone's like, oh, he always gets help, he gets this and that. Like, there's always like, but centers have a lot on their plate as well.
Sure.
But what is something that you love about it?
We do get a lot of help. That is a lot of fun. I'm not going to sit here and say we don't.
Yeah.
Like, just think about the times they come out in base. You're just like, damn it.
Oh,
That's
man.
everyone else's mindset the whole game.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
And so I listen. I'll never be a guy that will say that that's not the case. Okay, but I would say more than anything, it's just you have to be able to. I don't think centers are even the smartest guys in the offensive line, but they're the guys that you have to be able to digest what they see and correlate the proper communication, or also just kind of making sure everyone's on the same page and just be pliable, right? Like I would say sometimes I bet John would attest, like he could let his inner demon out a little more at guard than he could at
100%.
center, right?
100%.
Like you just have to be able to, there's
So
still a time and
controlled.
place for that, but you have to compartmentalize just a touch and then make sure everyone's on the same page. And then I think just communication is the biggest thing. And that's one thing that did not come easily to me at first. And it was not easy for me even because I remember Bobby was the first one that kind of gave me like, all right, this is your room now, like, or proverbial. And it took me till year 8, I think, to have that confidence in myself more than anything which is to really just kind of put it out there. And not to say that I didn't before. But it's just kind of having that communication, and it's ever evolving. I think you can attest to this, guys, that the biggest thing is, of course, the physical jump is huge from college to pro, but it's just digesting a game plan is so, and how you can have these base game plans for months in training camp. And then you could go into week 1 and be like, all right, well, these are our whole set of rules and everything. And then, then you spend the whole week trying to reteach yourself this, and then the next week we're going to training camp rules. So it's just kind of that ever-evolving thing. I feel like centers have to take walkthroughs a little more seriously than some guys do.
Walkthroughs are not fun as a center.
No, they're not, but I think they're tried and true. Yeah, that's right, John.
You want to talk about that one?
No, I don't. Dude, Josh,
really?
Josh tried to bring that up too.
Did he?
And, yeah.
Well, John's going to do it. John's going to do it.
Please don't. Please don't, John.
Okay, I won't.
Please
Respect.
don't.
I want Monday mornings with Mitch to get going.
Shit. I don't remember what you got.
Yeah.
Hey,
it was a learning experience.
It was,
to say the least, for me.
That was
and also learning experience to see what kind of Josh, like how psychotic Josh was.
Yeah.
And Dayball for that matter, just sociopaths, right?
Yes.
So just kind of, that's why I was always on my toes those first 3 years. I thought something terrible was going to happen to me. It was insane, dude. That was a learning experience. Please
Mitch, do you remember this play when we played the Patriots?
Some fresh elbows, son.
No, look at that elbow. Bam! Good night.
Oh, John. Oh, yes. I do remember that.
Dude,
Let me see.
I got knocked out. You know what? No one noticed either because it was between the 3rd and 4th period.
I thought it was because you were wearing the blue and you blended in beautifully with the logo on the ground. I do remember that. I do remember you coming off the sideline. Nothing was said, but you kind of gave me those eyes. We all know those eyes. Like,
we know those eyes.
That last play, buddy. Oh, boy. And then you kind of do like the, you good? Okay, let's go. Because you don't want to bring any other attention to it, because the only guy who can say anything is really the guy going through it, right? And that's the thing that I think is blown out of proportion. But yeah, I remember that play vividly, John. That was insane. I also remember that game was wild.
Josh ended up getting a concussion the next play. And then who went in? Shit. It was
Patriots was tapping that ass, huh?
Man,
yes.
2019, they were giving us the business. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was before we started rolling on their ass.
Well, this was before Tom had left.
Exactly.
That's before Tom had left. So
100%.
Let's give the flowers to the guy. He's a remarkable player. Oh my gosh.
When I went there, we played when I was on the Giants, we went to New England and played them, and it's just a completely different atmosphere now that Tom's gone.
Yeah,
like it's so weird. Like Tom was so fucking good, dude. It's so annoying.
It was annoying how he was remarkable. The dude was remarkable, and just the way that he's 6, right? 7, and
it's 7.
And then when he went to Tampa and did that,
and did it again.
It's
like he can't be denied, man.
There's nothing. Yeah, he can do whatever. Yeah, he walks around confident now, that's for sure, and he's earned every bit of it, to be honest.
Facts. So, you've obviously moved into podcasting, media personality, all of these things. We get to hear you speak a little more, which is cool. But Are you fulfilled with your career? Like, are you happy with what retirement is, and do you feel good about, you know, where you're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, I have no itch to go back at all. I have watching teams play and games play. It's awesome to see them do their thing and me to be sitting down and not.
That shit looks like it hurts nowadays when I watch it. I'm like, Jesus.
It hurts like, yeah. And I think just playing probably one more year than, not that I should have, but then
That you wanted to?
Well, no, I wanted to play, but kind of doing that last year and not leaving any meat on the table, right? I definitely wanted to play, and I had every intention of playing those 2 years. What helped that was I was kind of watching, like by the end of my career, like by the end of my tenure in Jacksonville, there'd be a play going on, and I'd be like, "Wow, look at him go!" But, oh no, I'm part of this play. I got to go be a part of this play.
Yeah.
And then you catch yourself once or twice on film, and you're like, "Who the hell is that?" Right?
Yeah.
So that part, and then the elbows were really starting to kind of talk to me a bit, and but I think it was really hard because Trevor, I think, is going to be phenomenal. Mitch's elbows did not get any better.
What is the Mitch's toe story about? When I got to Buffalo, all I heard was Mitch's toe.
Mitch's toe. Well, so I would just talk to my body sometimes, be like, to fire it up. Whatever part was kind of hurting, and then people caught on to it because they could see how sincere I was doing it, and so then Mitch's toe was just encompassing the whole, like, how does Mitch's body feel? Like, Mitch's toe was just being, how are you feeling today?
Yeah. And, talk to the toe. Talk
to the toe, because that day that it took fire, my big toe was fucking killing me.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
It's the worst. It's just like, of all the things, why my toe?
Why the toe?
And it hurts like you think it wouldn't do anything, but it affected my whole day.
Hey, man.
And it was, but to go back to the previous point, like I'm very fulfilled. I haven't really met anyone who has retired and said they wouldn't change stuff about how it's done. Like, do I love the fact that I had 6 documented concussions? Like, absolutely not. But we were talking about, like, you have crosses to bear, proverbial crosses to bear. That's just kind of what was chosen as part of my path, and it's what caused me to grow into the player I was and the man I am today. And I also would not change anything because I was incredibly lucky with kind of running into Kansas City when they were kind of coming to the cusp with Alex, and then just being along for the ride for Pat, that his first year when he won MVP, and then him giving me the opportunity to get paid in Buffalo. And then
he won the MVP his first year
starting. He won MVP, and that was the total reason why I got paid in Buffalo. And then to see the maturation just kind of be with Josh and that whole team, and I was just surrounded by a lot better football players than myself that made me look really good and along the ride. So I'm very happy and content. I don't think I could do it any better if I tried again, and it makes me sleep a lot better at night.
Love that. Well, we talked about, you kind of voiced the quarterbacks that you got a chance to play with. We want to hit you with some rapid fire before we close out.
Sure.
I'm gonna change this question because I want to know, who's the best quarterback that you played with?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I gotta know, Mitch. Hey, and I know you just had Josh on the pod. I gotta know.
Here, I'm gonna go political again on you guys.
This guy, he's got good training.
But here, so I showed up with Alex Smith, who you wouldn't think it is maybe the most fiery competitor out of all those guys. Like, he comes in the huddle, he's a maniac, and you're like, oh, that's scary but kind of cool.
California
and then Pat,
kid, right?
Pat had California kid, just crazy. And then there you go. And then Pat was that first year starting. He kind of went with that whole thing, and no one knew what we were walking into when he kind of went for that push in 2018. If anyone said they knew, they're lying. And then he just took off. It was to a point where I was afraid to get his signature at the end of the year. He had grown in such fame, but he was always a tremendous person. If you ever get a chance to meet Pat, he's awesome. And then Josh, I mean, probably just for time on task, the guy that I feel like is, you guys have alluded to on your podcast, just an incredible football player. But the thing that I thought was unique was just how genuine he is and how he takes time to get relationships with everyone. Everyone had like those guys, and then Trevor. I was just alluding to this earlier. Like he's got it all, dude. He's got the physical traits. He's got this thing. He's just got to let the dog out completely. Like lose it once or twice. Show the guys you got it, because he's got it in him. He's just been the guy since he was 16 years old. He's as mature as a 40-year-old at the age of 25. Like this is the way he carries himself. But physically, he's gifted, and he's got a great personality.
Looks like an old dyke.
Old Ike?
Dyke.
Oh, Jesus. John?
That was, Mitch, we were having a great segment.
I knew what I was getting into when I was like, yeah, I'll get on a podcast with Feliciano. But each one of those guys really shocked me at one point, and just their ability. I sit there and I just think about how lucky I was to be with all those quarterbacks, and I had no part of their maturation at all. I was just there, just being like, here you go. It was really just giving the ball and watching them go do their thing, and I got to do that for a lot of good guys, and it's the reason why people probably gave me more money than I deserved over my career, which I'll take.
Take it where you can get it.
Yeah, no doubt. It was great.
So in summary, it's Josh Allen. All right. Next question. Who?
You're not gonna get anything from me, John.
I know. I'm gonna ask you a nice generic one.
Best, no, you're not.
Best nose guard you ever had to go against.
Ooh, I mean, I'm gonna just take Aaron Donald out of the equation, because I think he could possibly be the greatest football player of all time.
Yeah.
No one slept well before they played Aaron Donald, but the guy I was surprised with the most was your guy Dexter Lawrence. Was one of the most astounding football players I've ever seen in person. And then a guy that got some news yesterday, the guy who I think, Micah Parsons.
I know who you're talking about,
dude. When he lines up inside, I hit him as hard as it was the most beautiful block I've ever thrown, and he just did one of these and just took it like a champ and just kept going towards it. I couldn't believe what.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
He deserves $47 million a year. That's for
he's
sure.
ridiculous.
He's ridiculous. He's great. But Dexter Lawrence is great.
Yeah.
My first year, my year with the Giants, we were playing them. I think it was like week 3 or 2.
How did you? Training camp had to suck ass.
It was, dude. God. So I got like. I have all these like little nifty fucking moves that I could use.
Well, the only thing we saw was you, like we got passed around like the peace pipe at a campfire, was the picture of you just getting dragged out.
We'll talk about that one.
We can talk about that. Dude, Bobby went in there and threw some punches.
That doesn't surprise me.
So let me talk about that. So Shams, pull up that picture. It's probably like the 3rd or 4th day of padded practices in training camp, and you know how it is, man. Fucking inside runs, fucking defense is doing extra shit at the end of the play and shit. Then we get into team pass, it's still going on, and then that last fucking period where you get the run in pass, we're just like, we're in the huddle, we're like, fuck it. Like Saquon is like, Saquon and Christian are the 2 most competitive guys I've ever played
you've been
with.
around some serious running backs now.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
But those 2 guys are like above everyone else in like competitiveness. Saquon was like, I'm gonna run through a motherfucker's face next time. And we got a run play, and sure as hell, Tay Crowder tried to tackle Saquon, and Saquon smacked his ass, bro. And then obviously people start shoving, so I fucking ran over there. Handling my business.
You don't do that. It's not insane.
Whoop some ass.
I think I might have jumped in that thing too.
You were in there, my dog. He saw me. He's like, "Oh, I'm coming."
I thought it was gonna, Mitch. I thought it was gonna bump me up the depth chart. They cut my ass 2 weeks later. Say, get the fuck out of here. But it's all good. It's all good.
That's awesome.
So I'm on top of Buddy, right? And then I feel someone start pulling me off. So I'm like, all right, the fight's over. It's been a while. So like I just like, all right, I'm gonna go limp and like play dead. But then they get this fucking picture that looks like I got my fucking ass kicked.
It looks like you died. That's what it did. I'm like, oh, John got killed.
I thought something was wrong with him. Something was wrong with him.
So the guy, 47, Cam Brown, great guy, that pulled me off, Bobby thought like...
Hey, zoom in on this, bro.
That is one of the greatest photos ever taken.
Why are your pants so low, bro? Bro, your pants, bro.
Yeah, that's a great. Oh
that
my
ass is on the
gosh.
grass, my boy.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm fine there. I'm fucking around. I didn't lose. But you know how the camp fights are. As soon as the fight happens, we're in the locker room and we're just fucking laughing about it. Like, there was nothing crazy about it. But the New York media, bro, it's not like Buffalo at all.
No.
Like, bro, they're on our necks about that.
They took it. Well, one of my favorite John Feliciano fighting stories was it was OTAs and AJ Epinesa intercepted a pass and kind of like a quote unquote walkthrough.
It was an offensive drill. We just said no.
Shit!
No,
I remember this. I remember this.
Don't tip the ball.
No, he lost it. He lost it.
John lost it.
I remember looking at him like, "What is wrong with you, John?"
It was from nothing to something fast. So coach kicks him out, and by the time we get in, he's already done a Pat McAfee interview or something. He's already been interviewed about the fight, and we're like, we hadn't even been home in from practice yet, and he's in his car talking about it. Like, it was crazy, man.
That's a wild boy.
The McAfee interview was, it was scheduled before that. It just happened to be a fight. What happened was we ran a receiver screen to the left. After McDermott was just like, it's an offensive drill. Like, don't fucking tip the ball. Like, yada, yada. And we're...
Pick that shit off.
So AJ hits the ball up, picks it off, and
it was a pretty impressive.
It was a great move by him.
It was
no
really
doubt.
impressive.
But anyway, so he starts running it back. So I'm like, fuck. I start chasing him down. Caught up to him, but as he crossed the goal line. And then I gave him a little love tap, a little shove.
Nothing
he turned around.
Yeah, nothing.
He turned around and threw the ball at me.
That's right.
And then from then it was over. Bobby got thrown out of that practice too.
Yeah, Bobby.
I've got Bobby in a lot of trouble.
I'm happy for Bobby. He seems like he's in a really good spot.
Man, we just spoke to him and he's in a good spot, man. I'm excited to see what they continue to do with the line that they have, and then the young QB.
Well, they have a guy, Andrew Wiley, at tackle. John, you would love him. He's crazy too. He's awesome. He played with me in Kansas City. He's a really, I think, underrated tackle.
We were talking about him earlier. Yeah, I think he's legit. I remember because when he was in KC, he was more of like the swing guy, right? He was like the next guy.
He was, and then kind of worked himself into, I think he ended up starting for that Super Bowl. They didn't give up a sack against the 49ers, maybe?
Yeah, the first time.
Yeah. He's a dog. He's a dog.
Shit, man. Mitch, thank you.
Dude, it was everything I wanted and more.
Thank you, man.
John almost got us all canceled 4 times.
Hey, that's what we signed up for. I've been telling this, man. But you know what it is when you join forces with Felice, how it's going to come out,
It's pure. It brings out some really unadulterated good times. So, guys, I really appreciate it. John, I love you, pal.
I love you.
I love you. And Jamil, I wish we had spent more time together, buddies. But it's always such a treat to talk to you, bud. And I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Plug your
Monday
podcast.
Monday mornings.
Yeah, so Monday mornings with Mitch. You can find it on all those platforms, but it started actually in Jeff Mazurk's the equipment room. We would all go back there after games and talk wild shit, and he ended up making T-shirts and the whole thing.
That red couch.
The couch. Well, they upgraded the couch. No, I knew you were gonna say that shit. I knew you were gonna say that, John. But anyways, Monday mornings with Mitch. Please join. If you don't like it, then I'll be off this quickly and I can go about my life. If you enjoy it, then I'll keep doing it. So I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Nah, man. Thanks, Mitch. We love you, man, and we can't wait to see what you do in the space.
We'll see we'll cross that bridge, pal. But I appreciate it. It means a ton.
Hey, Jamil will get the invitation. I'm too vulgar for the Monday mornings with Mitch.
Hey, no.
There'll be a lot of bleeping.
No. Watch the first episode. It's surprisingly we get into it.
We'll watch it, Mitch.
Yeah, yes, I'll watch this one too. That'll be sick, dude. That'll be great. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Love you.
All right, my man. Peace, man.
Yeah.
Peace.